I'm going to be showing you in this video how you can register your company in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Canada legally, anywhere in the world actually, how you can register legally and operate legally in these regions, how to expand, what are the benefits, even the amount that is going to cost you, what you need to know. And this video, I'm not going to be doing it alone. I have a CEO of GoNomad, which is a company that helps businesses all across the world to register their businesses in first world countries like US, Canada, UK, and many other countries. They have clients all over the world, and that's the basis of this video. I'll be showing you the amount you have to pay, why you should expand to the United States of America, and every other thing that is necessary, to expand your tentacles, to expand your business, and be a global icon. So GoNomad is the platform I'll be introducing to you. And the CEO of GoNomad is here with me. So my first question to the CEO, which is going to be answering right now, is why should anyone seek to open a company either in Nigeria, in the United States of America, or UK, or Canada?
Okay, I think as a business person, expansion is always on your mind. You're always thinking of more. You are never satisfied. That's the truth. Okay, you always want to grow. You always want to do bigger numbers, do bigger numbers. And in doing bigger numbers and wanting to grow, sometimes all your growth cannot come from one environment. So selling in Nigeria alone may just be, a single point of success or single point of failure for your business. You are relying on just one economy. And if anything happens in the Nigerian economy, it means you don't have customers or clients anywhere else. So as a business person, you should want to expand. You should want to grow. For instance, there's a very good chance that if you're selling a product for 50,000 naira in Nigeria, as an example, that same product, you could sell it for $50 abroad. And $50 in the US, what locally here would be like 80,000 naira thereabout. Okay. So you get to benefit from a streamlined business structure. You have more than one country where you sell. Okay, your revenue base is distributed, right? You're not reliant on one economy alone. So if the American economy is booming today and your business is growing there, you also make some revenues and it balances out for any other regions where your business may not be performing as much, right? So essentially, why should you sell in the US, in the UK? Why should you take your business there? Why should you register your business there? Well, you need to think expansion. As a business owner, you're thinking expansion every now and then.
So that was a beautiful response, and you can hear it yourself. So now I also ask a question which he is going to be answering right now. That what are the advantages that you have as a owner of a business that is registered in these countries that other businesses operating does not have?
Your key advantage with registering, making sure you're registered in those markets, is that you want to do things legally. Okay, business is a legal entity, right? It's a legal process. So you want to do things legally. You don't want to be selling a product, doing a business, and then tomorrow somebody is like, hey, you're infringing on my trademark or you're infringing on my license for that or my this for that, right? And of course, for you to be able to access sales tools like payment gateways, marketplaces, business bank accounts, and whatnot, your business has to be registered in those countries. So that's the advantage. Somebody who is just trying it out and does not want to register, doesn't want to set up, well, they run a lot more risk because they'll have to rely on third parties, friends, family, and all of those things are really risky. Anything could go wrong at any point in time, right? So to avoid all manner of stories, it's best that you set up yourself the right way.
Yeah, that was beautifully answered. You can see it's setting up payment processes and the likes makes it easier, make it seamless and the likes. Also continue, I also ask that what are the type of most common businesses that people registered, how to do agricultural products, if yours is agricultural product, if it's product or services, they are product or services. So what are the major business that people really do, that the people that he has, the GoNomad that actually works for, what is their area of expertise?
There's opportunity in every field, right? As an entrepreneur, you know your business best, okay? But what I can tell you from what I've seen is that there's a customer for you everywhere in the world. There is a customer for you everywhere in the world. The ones with the least barrier of entry is services, right? Any form of services. Trust me. If you're good at what you do over here, and you're willing to find work abroad, right? AKA clients and whatnot. If you are good here, oof, there's work. There's work. That is if you're good here. You have to be good, right? Because the global standards, the bar is so high. So you don't want to just use a standard made up in your head. You want to make sure that you're matching up to global standards. So if you're really good in any kind of service that you offer, there is work for you. And then the other thing secretly is almost anyone can start an export-based business of of our physical resources, things like you know like the farm producers you mentioned, right? There are now softwares where you and I can source importers of products that we can locally source in Africa, Nigeria, wherever. Right? So maybe let's say there's a particular place where you know how to get cotton from. Well, today there are software where you can go and find importers who import cotton into their own countries that you can export cotton to if you know how to source it, right? So before, all of that information was so difficult to have. Right now, there are databases that are available to you, right, on different software platforms where you can go and develop business with importers in other regions, in other countries. And if you're already into the export trade yourself, you can upscale, you can sell more by leveraging these platforms to find buyers, right, who are willing to import whatever thing that you can locally source here, right? So those are two key areas that I see.
Now, let me ask, which is something that you all want to know as well. Now, what are the associated costs of registering a business, your business, in the United States, in Canada, or in the UK?
When it comes to pricing, setup pricing. So it's like you taking your business to a new location, right? Of course, definitely, you're going to need to invest some capital in that. But the good thing is because nothing is happening physically, like in terms of the expansion now, nobody's taking you physical unless you want to do that. The cost is relatively affordable. So depending on the plan that you go with, depending on the location, some people want to set up in the US, some people want to set up in the UK. Some people want to set up in Canada. It all depends. But wherever you go, the pricing varies. So you could see that you would need to invest as little as $300, right? If you're in Nigeria, $400 some locations, $500 as the case may be, right? So there are plans across different price points, right? And each of them, of course, gives you certain deliverables. People, of course, can learn more, from our website, right? But yeah, that's what it is. That's what's required, to get started. And then every year, largely, you just have to stay compliant with whatever region that you're in. So, typical good old annual reports, filings, tax return filings, basic stuff, basic compliance you would do for your business anywhere in the world. So that's what it is. But to get started, you would probably need to invest at least like maybe $300 thereabout to get started.
So you've had that, and then continue. How about tax filing? Many Nigerians are not really good with tax, and they want to know if the tax will not be drained, if their profit will not be drained in taxes. So can you talk about the taxes, how it goes, and the filing and the likes?
Interesting. Yes. So yes, taxes are a big deal everywhere. It should be a big deal everywhere in the world as a business person. It's you have different kinds of tax regimens depending on the country. For instance, in the UK, your business is charged between 19 and 21% tax on profit. Okay? Tax on profit every year. It's a fair game, right? Now, of course, there are still tax strategies that allow you to be able to lower your tax bill, right? Those strategies are there. Of course, if you're a client of ours, we'll probably share some of those with you. However, in the US, there's really not But you can get around paying taxes this way. Let me explain. So in the US, if you have a US company today as a Nigerian, let's use that example, right? And you're operating that business from Nigeria, okay? You do not have to pay income taxes on your profits, on your revenue, whatever, because according to the US tax code, you just don't. Your operations are not residents there, right? Your income source is not from the US. So you are not taxed on that money. What you do, that money is 100% tax free.
And lastly, I asked if it actually give you an advantage to migrate to these countries when you have a business registered there already. And of course, just to cut the video short, what he said is that okay, it actually helps in your visa application. I'm pretty sure it actually makes your application stronger when you already have an existing business in the United States of America or in the UK. You are already contributing to the economy already, and they know you are not going to be there to be a liability. So that's it with how to register your company in the US, in the UK, or in Canada. This is Entrepreneur Hub, where I bring you information about finance, how about developing digital skills, how to make money online, everything an entrepreneur needs to know, and hopefully see you in subsequent videos. This is Entrepreneur Hub.